Good morning, students. Welcome you all for Next Generation Learning. Today we are going to see the subject Physics, Class 9, Chapter number 8, Motion. Topics: the last class homework answer, graphical representation of motion. Under this, we are going to see velocity time graphs. The second topic, equation of motion by graphical method. The last class we discussed about distance time graph. So I given some homework questions to you. First I will discuss the answer for that question. Then we will see today's topic. So this is a homework question. You have to draw a distance time graph for following table. I given time and also distance value for different object A, B and C. You have to draw a distance time graph for object A, object B and object C. See first the distance time graph for object A. You have to take time and distance value for object A. Take a graph sheet and draw x-axis and y-axis. The time is represented in x-axis and distance is represented in y-axis. And the unit of time is minute, so minute. The unit of distance is meter, so here I written meter. Then see the value of time. It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I take the value on the x-axis 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see the distance value. It is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here I took 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The next you have to write a scale. If you take in x-axis 0 minus 1, 1, 2 minus 1, 1. So 1 centimeter is equal to 1 minute. In y-axis 0 minus 10, 10, 20 minus 10, 10, 30 minus 20, 10. So in y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 10 meter. Then you have to mark the point. When time is 0 minute, the distance also 0. So this is the point. When time is 1 minute, it cover 10 meter. When time is 2 minute, the object cover 20 meter. So 220. When 3 minute, the object cover 30 meter. So 330. When time is 4 minute, the object cover 40 meter. So the minute is 4, meter is 40. When time is 5 minute, the object cover 50 meter. After marking the point, I join the points. I got straight line. From this, I can say that the object A moves in uniform motion because the object cover equal distance in equal interval of time. When object cover equal distance in equal interval of time, then the motion is said to be uniform motion. After that, I have to calculate the speed. So I choose any 2 point on the line. This is A point and B point. I drawn perpendicular line to x-axis from point A and B. Then draw perpendicular line to y-axis. So I written speed equal to S2 minus S1, T2 minus T1. The value of S2 is 40, the value of S1 is 30. So 40 minus 30. The value of T2, the T2 value is 5, T1 value is 3. So 4 minus 4 minus 3. If you subtract 40 minus 30, I got 10. 4 minus 3, I got 1. So 10 meter by 1 minute. So the speed of the object is 10 meter per minute. That means in a 1 minute, the object cover 10 meter. So this is the answer for object A. The next, the distance time graph for object B. See here time, and this is a distance. Time is represented along x-axis and distance is represented along y-axis. And see the unit, time is minute, so minute. And the distance is meter, so I written meter here. Then see the value of time is 0 to 5. So I chosen the value 0 to 5. And see the distance value is the minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 27. So here I took 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 and 28. Now you have to write the scale. If you take in a x-axis, 0 to 1 is difference 1. 2 to 1 is 1. 3 to 1 is 1. So in x-axis, 1 centimeter equal to 1 minute. In y-axis, see 0 to 4 is 4. 8 minus 4, 4. 12 minus 8, 4. So 1 centimeter equal to 4 meter. Then you have to mark the point. In 0 minute, 0 distance. So first point. Now 1 minute, 4 meter. So 1, 4. 2 minute, 9 meter. So this is a 9. 3 minute, 13 meter. This is 13. 4 minute, 20. 5 minute, 27. After plotting the point, I join the point. I got the curved line. From this, we can say that the object move in non-uniform motion. That means when the object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time, then the motions are said to be non-uniform motion. So after joining the point, I got the graph in a curved line. Then I chosen 2 points in the line, the point A and point B. Draw a perpendicular line to x-axis and y-axis. Then I find the speed. Speed equal to s2 minus s1 by t2 minus t1. The value of s2 is 13. The value of s1 is 9. And see the graph and see the value of s1 and t2 minus t1. The value of t2 is 3. Value of t1 is 2. So 3 minus 2. If you subtract 13 minus 9, I got 4. 3 minus 2, 1. So 4 by 1. So we can write speed equal to 4 meter per minute. That means the object cover 4 meter in 1 minute. So this is the answer for object B. The next one, distance time graph for object C. So time is represented along x-axis and the distance is y-axis and marked the unit minute and meter in distance. Then see the value of time. It increased from 0 to 5. So I took the value 0, 1, 2, 3 in x-axis. Here the distance value is the same value. So I written 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. Then I marked the point. When time is 0, the distance also 0. When the time is 1, the distance 10. When time is 2, the distance is 10. When time is 3, the distance is 10. When time is 4, the distance 10. When the time is 5, the distance 10. 10. After marking the point, I join the point. So I got the straight line. So from this we can say that according to the time, the distance of the object does not change. So from this we can say that the object at rest. So how to calculate the speed of this object? Speed equal to s2 minus s1, t2 minus t1. If you draw the perpendicular line to x-axis and y-axis, in a y-axis s2 and s1 value is the same value, so 10 minus 10. t2 value is 3 and t1 value is 2, 3 minus 2. 10 minus 10, 0. 3 minus 2, 1. So 0 by 1, 0. So speed equal to 0 means the object does not cover any distance. The object does not move. So from the calculation value we get 0. So from this we can say that the object at rest. And from the graph slope is a straight line. So we can say that the object is at rest. Dear students, I hope you understood. If you are drawn wrongly in your notebook, please correct it. The next, we are going to see velocity time graphs. Till now we learned about distance time graph. Now we are going to learn velocity time graph. So what is meant by velocity time graph? The same as distance time graph. In a velocity time graph, the time is represented in x-axis and velocity is represented along y-axis. So from this graph, what we can calculate? Normally, you know the formula of acceleration. Acceleration equal to change in velocity by time. So if you divide the velocity value by time, we get acceleration. So from the velocity time graph, we can calculate the acceleration value. So we can determine the acceleration of a body. The next one, you know the formula velocity equal to displacement by time. When we multiply velocity into time, we can calculate the displacement. So from the multiple of velocity and time, we can calculate the distance of the body. So from the velocity time graph, we can calculate the distance traveled by the object. So it is used to determine the distance traveled by a body, and another one is acceleration. From the velocity time graph, we can calculate two values. One is acceleration and another one is the distance or displacement. So this is a velocity time graph for uniform motion. See here, the time in r and velocity is kilometer per hour. And how to find the acceleration value from this graph? You have to write the formula acceleration equal to change in velocity by change in time. This is the formula of acceleration. The last class itself we learnt. So the change in velocity we will write v minus u. That means final velocity minus initial velocity. Final velocity is v, initial velocity is u. So v minus u. The change in time is t2 minus t1. So see, from this graph we can take the v value, u value and t value. If you take 2 points in the line, draw a perpendicular line to x-axis and also y-axis. This is t2 and this is t1. And This is u and this is v. This is the initial velocity and this is the final velocity. So see here, v value is 40, so I written 40. The u value is 0, so 0. And T2 value is here 4. See, T2 value is 4. And T1 value is 3. 40 minus 0, 40. 4 minus 1.3, 2.7. When I divide 40 by 2.7, I got 14.81 kilometer, because the unit of distance is here given in kilometer. So kilometer per hour squared. The unit of velocity we know that meter per second squared. The SI unit of velocity is meter per second square. But instead of meter they given kilometer here. Instead of second they given hour here. So we can write the acceleration equal to kilometer per hour squared. So from this velocity time graph, we can calculate the value of acceleration. A equal to v minus u by t. The next one, from this graph we can calculate the displacement. We know the formula velocity equal to displacement by time. If you rearrange, displacement equal to velocity into time. How? V equal to d by t. If you want to d, the t will come here. So velocity into time equal to displacement. And see here the velocity value is, the AC is the velocity, initial velocity, final velocity. And CD is the time, final time, initial time. So I written the velocity equal to AC, that means this is a velocity, because velocity is represented y-axis, and time, this is x-axis, this is a time. So I written CD. Initial final value 40, initial value 0, so 40 minus 0. Here 4 minus 1.3. So 40 minus 0, 40. 4 minus 1.3, 2.7. So 40 into 2.7, I got 108 kilometer, because the unit of displacement is, normally the unit of displacement is meter, but they given here kilometer. So I written displacement equal to 108 kilometer. So from the velocity time graph, we can calculate the displacement value as well as acceleration value. And velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. See, for this graph, how to calculate the distance. Here the object is moving from 0 to 50. So how to calculate the distance? Here I written the distance S equal to area A, B, C, D. See here, I taken the 2 point on the line, I drawn the perpendicular line. So this much of distance is covered by the object. The blue line represents the object covered this much of distance. So how to calculate the value of this distance? Area A, B, C, D, E. The total area is A, B, C, D, E. I drawn perpendicular line here. So this is a triangle and this is a rectangle. So the area A, B, C, D, E, we will write area of the triangle and area of the rectangle. the area of the rectangle is, what is meant by the area of the rectangle? Length into breadth. So here length is AB and breadth is BC. So I written the area of rectangular ABCD equal to AB into BC. And this is a triangle. How to write the area of the triangle? Half into length into height. Breadth into height. The breadth is AD and height is DE. So from this value, we can calculate the distance traveled by this object. From the area of the rectangle, from the area of the triangle, we can calculate the value of the distance traveled by the object. Are you understand how to calculate the distance traveled by the object? You have to take the area A, B, C, D, E, and this area is divided into two shapes. One is a rectangular and another one is a triangle. Then you have to use the area formula for rectangle and also area formula of triangle. The next one, velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration. So see, this is a non-uniform acceleration because here we get the graph slope is zigzag line. When the graph is a zigzag, then we can say that the motion is non-uniform motion. Here the graph is a straight line, but what's the difference between these two? When the graph line is this direction and when the graph line is this direction. If it is like that, means the time increasing, the velocity also increased. If maybe the graph line we get in this side, means the velocity is decreasing with time. So this graph shows that the velocity value is decreasing according to the time. And see the second graph. This is a non-uniform for velocity time graph for velocity time graph. How you can say that this is non-uniform motion? Because we get the slope of graph is zigzag. The next one, equation of motion by graphical method. Dear students, I hope you understood what is the difference between the distance time graph and velocity time graph. From the distance time graph, we can calculate velocity. And from the velocity time graph, we can calculate acceleration and also displacement. The next topic is equation of motion by graphical method. Today I am going to derive only the first equation, v equal to u plus at. There are the three equations. The first equation is v equal to u plus at. The second equation, s equal to ut plus half at squared. The third equation, 2as equal to v square minus u square, where u is initial velocity, v is final velocity, s is the displacement, a is acceleration, t is time. So we have to derive these equations by graphical method. Consider this graph. This is a velocity time graph. The object move uniform motion. And see here, this is a velocity time graph. The object move in uniform motion. So what is the difference between these two graphs? Here, the object start with the point 0. Here, the object does not start with the point 0. So this is the difference between these two graphs. This is u initial velocity, this is the final velocity v. The same as here u is the initial velocity, v is the final velocity. Here the initial velocity value is 0. Here the initial velocity value is not 0. That means not equal to 0. Are you understand what is the difference between these two? Both the graphs are velocity time graph. Both the graphs are velocity time graph and uniform motion. But in a graph 1, the initial velocity u is not equal to 0. But graph 2, the initial velocity u is 0. So from this graph, we can going to derive the equations of motion. See here, the object start with the point A and it has a velocity u, and it reach point B at the final velocity is v. So I written the point A here, point B here. Then I drawn the perpendicular line to x-axis or mark the point C. Along y-axis, I mark the point E. And this is the origin. So from this we can say that OA is the initial velocity value. And from C to B is the final velocity value. Then I drawn a perpendicular line to BC line. Then I mark the point D. Here BC is the final velocity, OA is the initial velocity, OC is the time. So see here, you have to draw BC and BE are drawn from the point B on the time and velocity. So I drawn BC and BE along time and velocity. So from this we can say that the BC is the final velocity, OA is the initial velocity, and OC is the time. So you know the first equation, V equal to U plus AT. So how we will prove? We will derive V equal to U plus AT by this graph. See, from the graph we observe that BC is equal to BD plus DC. That means the BC value is equal to, when we add up BD and DC, we can get BC. So from this I can write the BC value is add with BD plus DC. The next, instead of here the DC and OA is equal value, so here the DC is equal to OA. So BC equal to BD plus OA. Substituting the BC value and OA value, you know that in a graph, the BC value is the final velocity and OA is the initial velocity U. So we have to substitute BC is V and OA is U. So in a first equation you have to substitute in this equation. In this equation you have to substitute BC value is V, BD plus OA value is U. Then we know that BD equal to V minus U. This is equation number 1. From the velocity time graph, the acceleration of the object is given by. How to calculate the acceleration? This is initial point, this is a final point. So take this initial velocity to final velocity by change in time is called acceleration. So acceleration equal to change in velocity The change in velocity is, this is a change in velocity because this is a u and this is a v. This is a change in velocity by time t. So change in velocity by time taken. And change in velocity is bd is the change in velocity. Time is o ad. So a equal to bd by ad. How? Change in velocity means this is a change in velocity u v. Then bd by, instead of ad we can write oc. oc. You know that oc is time t. So oc equal to t. We can substitute a equal to bd by, instead of oc I substituted t. So if you rearrange this equation, the t will come here. So bd equal to at. Now you have to substitute this bd value in this equation. The bd value is at, then v minus u. v minus u. If you arrange this equation, we can get v equal to u plus at. So this is the first equation of motion. The first equation of motion is nothing but v equal to u plus at. From the graphical method, we derived the first equation of motion v equal to u plus at. Here v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, t is the time. Dear students, you have to watch very carefully, then only you can understand how we can derive the v equal to u plus at. From this graph, we can easily derive the v equal to u plus at. If you have any doubt in this derivation, you can ask through the teachment. I will explain you. Dear students, this is your book content. See here the 8.4.2 velocity time graph. This diagram I explained in the slide, and we calculated the value of s. Then see, I discussed about this graph and this graph and this graph also. You can read in your book, you can understand easily. The next, I discussed the equation of motion by graphical method. There are the three equations. See here, there are the three equations: v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, 2as equal to v square minus u square. Then using this graph, we derive the first equation of motion v equal to u plus at. And these things I explained in the video. After watching the video, take your book and read this content, you can understand. Thank you for watching. The next class we will see the second equation and third equation derivation.